Think about the national debt for a second. Whenever you see that massive, ever-escalating multi-trillion-dollar number flickering on the news, the reaction is almost always the same. People assume the United States is secretly bankrupt. They picture a looming sinister bill coming due, usually owed to a rival superpower like China. It is a simple, terrifying narrative, but it is also almost entirely wrong. The truth about who actually owns America's debt is far stranger, far more complex, and deeply tied to your own daily life. In fact, if you have a retirement account, a bank savings balance, or pay local taxes, there is a very good chance that you own a piece of it yourself. America's national debt isn't just a simple bar tab, it is the very engine of modern global finance. To understand where the money goes, you have to understand what a Treasury bond actually is. When the federal government spends more money than it collects in taxes, it doesn't just print cash out of thin air to cover the gap. It issues IOUs called Treasuries. These are promises to pay back the principal plus interest over a set period of time, and the largest group of people buying those promises aren't foreign adversaries. They are Americans. Roughly 2/3 of all US government debt is held domestically. It sits inside state and federal pension funds, protecting the retirements of firefighters and teachers. It sits on the balance sheets of commercial banks, acting as safe collateral to back your deposits. It sits inside Social Security trust funds. But the largest single domestic holder is the Federal Reserve. Through monetary policy, the central bank buys trillions in government debt to regulate the money supply. In effect, the American government frequently borrows from itself. What about foreign holders? Around 30% of America's debt is owned overseas, but even here, the popular narrative collapses. China is no longer the top foreign creditor. That title belongs to Japan, followed by the United Kingdom and a network of global allies. But why do foreign nations eagerly lend trillions of dollars to Washington? The answer is international trade. Export-heavy economies sell hundreds of billions of dollars worth of goods to American consumers every year. That leaves them holding massive reserves of US currency. They cannot easily convert those dollars into local currency without severely damaging their own export competitiveness. They need a place to store that capital where it remains safe, highly liquid, and yields a reliable return. So they buy treasuries. They are not extending charity, they are recycling trade profits to protect their own economic stability. This global demand exists because the US Treasury bond is treated as the ultimate anchor of global capitalism. In institutional finance, it is defined as a risk-free asset. It is backed by the largest economy in human history, a durable legal framework, an unmatched military, and the ability of the federal government to collect taxes from hundreds of millions of productive citizens. Because the US dollar serves as the world's dominant reserve currency, international trade in oil, commodities, and debt is settled in dollars. Central banks around the globe must hold dollars to stabilize their own national currencies, and the safest way to hold dollars is in US debt. This gives America what French officials once called an exorbitant privilege. It allows Washington to borrow money cheaper than almost any other government, funding military defense, social programs, and tax cuts far beyond its immediate revenues. But this privilege is a double-edged sword. As total debt expands past unprecedented thresholds, the annual cost of simply paying interest on those bonds begins to rival major federal budgets, creating persistent inflation risks and squeezing out future investments. Ultimately, America's debt is not just a political talking point or a looming financial disaster. It is an intricate, interconnected global web of dependency. Foreign nations hold it for economic stability. Domestic banks hold it for security. Citizens hold it in their pensions, and the American government issues it to project power and maintain influence. The entire system rests on a single psychological foundation: the absolute, unshakable confidence that the United States will always honor its promises. That trust is the quiet glue keeping modern capitalism intact. As long as the world agrees to believe in it, the machine keeps turning. But trust is a human invention, and like all human inventions, it is only as strong as the credibility behind it.